give y'all a little story time while I eat. It's her junior prom, so it was just so chaotic, so crazy. It was just a lot of different personalities, a lot of different tunes, it was just a lot. I'm waking up early in the morning to get hair done because everybody and their mama was going to prom, so the earlier the better. And just like going to restaurants for like lunch, like having a little lunch break, like going to like restaurants, I don't like the attitudes, especially when you have older grandparents. They will say what's on their mind and they don't give a fuck. But you know, nowadays you can't even say what's on your mind. You just have to like swallow it and just like keep it. But me, I'm the type of person, I'm gonna say what's on my mind, and that's just that on that. So when it comes down to my folks, I do not play. So you need to redirect your energy. You need to redirect your attitude. You probably just need to go to the bathroom, woosah, pray about it. Shift your energy. But you don't take it out on the guests. You don't take it out on the customer. We had went to Smoky Bones on Saturday after my cousin finished getting her hair done, because now it's time for her to go get her makeup done. She had got her nails done Friday after she got out of school. So that was great. That was great in itself, because that's gonna be stressful in itself. So she got her nails done after she got out of school. Saturday morning she got her hair done, and now it's time for her to go get her makeup done. Mind you, she had packed her bag because we wasn't going back home. So she had packed all her bags, packed her outfit after prom. She had got everything that she needed, okay? Everything she needed. She grabbed her dress, she grabbed her shoes, she grabbed her bag. She grabbed everything that she needed to, like, we ain't not going back home. So it's like, okay, let's go to Smoky Bones. My grandma wanted to go to Smoky Bones. We're going to go to Smoky Bones, okay? So we go to Smoky Bones, and it's like a wait. Instead of like, hey, how you doing? You know, it is going to be like a 15-20 minute wait. I can't take your name down if you want to wait. They will send you out a text. Woo woo woo, yada yada yada. No, she had an attitude. So everybody standing in line, is people already sitting on the bench, so they were getting ready to go to a table. You know, the bench finally clears up. It's a lady and her son. It's two adults and a daughter, and then it's me, my cousin, and my grandparents. So we're trying to figure out the order. So my granddad was talking to the lady with the son, was like, you know, you can go ahead, you know, woo, woo, woo. But my grandma was already standing up to go ahead and put the information down. Right? The lady that was with another adult, and the child was like, I was here first, and da 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 da. Baby, you're in the corner by the door. What are you talking about? You're in the corner by the door. If you wanted to put your information down, you should have went up. Just like the lady and her son was standing in front of the desk, you could have just went. Like, it could have been you, the lady with the son, and then us. Like, why you have to do all that? It was not even necessary to do all that. The lady went, then the lady with the son went, and then my grandma went. The lady got all the information. My grandma proceeds to ask and said, how long will the wait be? Oh, we'll send you a text when the table is ready. Who you talking to? And then I said loudly, you can lose the attitude, because nobody told you to apply to the job. Ain't nobody tell you to come to work. Nobody told you to do any of those things. So you need to watch who you talking to, because you didn't get no energy, but you didn't give those energies between those two. But when it comes to my grandma, you want to give her attitude. All she asked was, how long is it going to be? You could have said, oh, ma'am, I do apologize. Yeah, it's going to be like 10, 15 minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes. I can't give you an estimated time, but I will send you a text when the table is ready. See how professional and reasonable that sounds? I have no attitude. Man comes through the door. I guess he's DoorDash, Uber Eats, however, whatever. He comes through the door and says, are y'all in line? I'm like, no, we're not in line. Woo, woo, woo. Because we had already gave our information, so no, we're not in line. So he goes to the to-go section or whatever, and he gets the order, and she was like, just had an attitude like, girl. So I'm looking, like, I'm very observant, so I'm looking around the restaurant, and I can see that they're like, it's lunch at this point. So I can see they're like low staff during lunch, because, you know, it's not really a busy day. But like, I don't know what it's like to, you know, work in a Smoky Bone restaurant, but I have worked in the restaurant industry, and at a certain time then it starts getting busy, but it wasn't busy by the time we went, I don't think. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm looking, observing. I'm just like, okay, one girl got a full section. It's people really not sitting at the bar. Woo, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. So me and my cousin, we're just talking or whatever, and I'm just like observing and then just peeping everything, because that's what I do. So then I don't know how the topic came up, but we was just like, okay, let's go to Applebee's. Applebee's is across the street. So Smoky Bones, Chili's, and Applebee's is across the street. Now we've been to this Applebee's, and we've been having experience, but that's neither here nor there, right? So we go to Applebee's across the street, no line, no nothing. So we just left. We were just like, okay, we got to make it to this appointment, because that's going to push everything back, okay? So we ended up going to Applebee's. We literally sat down, ordered our drinks and our food, and then they're going to text us talking about our table is ready. Then they said they was going to hold our table for like 2 minutes or so, and then they was like, oh, we gave your table away. Baby, we already sat, drank, food, fed, and all that. My grandparents are very specific things. So they was getting something on a skillet. I don't know what exactly they ordered, but they wanted on a skillet. And they was just letting the bartender know, because she was bartending, and, you know, letting her know that, you know, if we order this, is it going to come on a regular plate, or is it going to come on a skillet? Because last time they came, they got their food on a regular plate, and it wasn't like hot. It was hot, but it wasn't like burning your tongue hot. So they was like, okay, if we order this, is it gonna, because last time we came, you know, they gave us it on a regular plate, and I was not satisfied. She was like, oh, well, maybe they gave it to you on a regular plate because we didn't have any more skillets. Huh? I was like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But my granddad was like, well, let me know if they don't have any skillets, because I don't want the food. Period. As you should. As you should. Messed up my cousin lemonade. She had ordered a blue raspberry lemonade. She gave her like a raspberry lemonade, and she didn't ask for that. She asked for blueberry. So when my cousin said, like, excuse me, I ordered a blue raspberry lemonade, she got attitude and then poured the whole bottle of blue raspberry in her lemonade. Like, you could tell that it was syrup. I said, oh, let me taste. So I was like, you could taste, this is nothing but syrup. So I had a regular lemonade. So I'm like, do you want to, like, when you drink it down, do you want to mix my lemonade so that way you can have it? She's like, no, it's fine, it's fine. So then food comes out. My granddad's food on the skillet, piping hot. You can hear the sizzling on the plate. My grandma get her food, no sizzling, not hot. So then my grandma's talking to my granddad, whatever, they're talking. And she was like, excuse me, my plate's not really hot. She's like, you know what, never mind. Because she don't got time. She's already having a bad experience, whatever. So it's plastic on the table. So everybody grabs their plastic. My cousin's not satisfied with her. Mozzarella sticks, because they like a little long. She said it was hard. And then the cheese on top of the spinach dip was like hard. And I'm like, well, maybe they're just trying to like chop it up. So she literally picks up the cheese. And it was just like, the rest was just like a little bit of spinach dip. And then she had these little poppers, these little wings or whatever. I had a salmon, mashed potatoes, and broccoli. That's what I had. That's my go-to, because the girl's trying to get slim thick, okay? But anyway, so that happens. And then my grandma has a steak. I cannot cut through a steak with plastic. So my grandma was like, excuse me, can we get some actual silverware? And she was like, well, do you mind waiting, because we have to clean them and roll them, and we don't have any. So do you mind waiting? So she was like, okay. So in my mind, if you don't have any silverware, I have a steak. Don't you think you should have told me before I order my steak, like, hey, they are washing silverware back there. I suggest not getting the steak until the silverware is ready to be cleaned, because I know you can't cut through a steak. You don't think that? Or maybe I'm just tripping. Like, y'all let me know. Am I just tripping? So I need to get ready and hurry up. So she was just like, you know what, whatever. So then she was like, oh, look, I lucked up and got one. When she gave my grandma that fucking silverware, it was fucking dirty. Like somebody just finished eating it. Because you can look at the back of the fork. It was just so fucking dirty. My grandma was just like, so dirty. Like somebody literally just finished eating it. They washed it, ran it through the machine, and then they rolled it. And then like that was just, so we was just like, let's hurry up. Let's finish eating. Then their bathroom is disgusting. It's just, if you gotta go, you gotta go. But like, we couldn't hold it. And you know, when you go to people's establishment, you know, it's just too much. So it was just that. That's just that on that. And then we went to go get my cousin makeup done. We end up standing outside. It was just too much. It was a lot going on from that experience and that day on. And it was just like, whatever. So that's my little story time, my little TED talk for today. It was just like, it's no need to have an attitude for no reason. No reason. Before you even walk into your workplace, your employment, you need to woosah in the car. You need to count to 10. Because I know working in this industry, people want specifics, people want discounts, people want money off, because they spend their hard-earned money on these things, and you want your tip to be tipping. But when you have an attitude, you're giving us dirty silverware, you trying to memorize drink orders and get them wrong, you fucking up shit. Like your tip is going down the drain. And you can do a 180 depending how long I'm sitting there. But if I'm not satisfied, I'm gonna talk to a manager. I don't want no discount. I just want to tell him or her that, you know, this is what I've been through, this is what I witnessed and all that, because it's not fair. But that's my little TED talk. I gotta get ready for the I was gonna say the gym. I gotta get ready to go to my doctor's appointment, so I'm gonna go ahead and scarf this down, and I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. Okay.